This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you could learn to work and play and get along with each other.
Welcome everybody to Wednesday War Games episode number 47. Joining me is a man who was once described by Shotaro Ashino as this guy. None other than Liam Jones. Liam, how you doing?
They call me the king.
No, sorry, you're this guy. Ashino said you're this guy.
Yeah, but it's because I gave him a crown and a money bag.
There you go.
That's good times. How was your week?
I did very little.
Oh.
I live in a very uneventful life. Did you watch the PlayStation thing, Liam? We said we'd talk about PlayStation.
I did watch the PlayStation thing. It was good.
They baited you with fake Devil May Cry announcements?
Yeah, but that's all it takes. Just let me know it exists still.
What, just the special
so many
edition?
years of not knowing that it exists. Yeah, I'm going to buy it. I'll play as Virgil.
Is that literally all the difference? There's just another playable character?
Mm-hmm.
Is there not even, like, new
But
story?
to be fair, that's like 25% of the game.
All
is there
right.
being another character.
But you'd want to play through new stuff as the new character, not the same stuff.
No, you play Bloody Palace. I think they're gonna have an arena thing where you'll fight people one-on-one soon. That seems like that's coming.
Oh, like PvP?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It seems like that's the thing that's coming. It was kind of leaked for a little bit. Like, there was a weird Steam leak a while back where they showed that it was now multiplayer, and people were like, But there hasn't been anything after that, so I think that's what it's going to be, though.
It's just funny because players are upset that the special edition isn't currently coming to Steam.
Well, I think it will, though. It's going to end up there.
Yeah, it always does.
Or there'll be some Virgil DLC thing that you can buy even if you can't get the special edition, in quotation marks.
Everyone wants to play as Virgil, Liam. He's obviously the best Devil May Cry character.
He is. I'm not going to argue that.
In my experience of playing 3 of the games, in which he has been in 1?
2.
2.
He's in 1, but he's in a different form.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it's still him.
I'm not taking retcons.
There's not a retcon. They say it in the game.
Lies.
Yeah, he's the what do you call it? The Angelos that you fight 3 times.
Lies.
He has all the same moves as Virgil.
Retcons.
What is your favorite? What's your top 2 PlayStation Sony announcements?
Well, I did a video on a top 5, Liam, which you can check out at youtube.com/GarrettKidney if you'd like to see all 5 of my top announcements.
Yeah, that was purposeful. That was what I was doing that
There
for.
you go, setting up the plug. Miles Morales is actually coming out soon. That's cool. It's a launch game. It's weird that they didn't say that Miles Morales and Demon's Souls were launch games, even though they are. Why didn't you say that on your press conference thing? You're stupid.
Ran out of time. They had to follow pay-per-view guidelines.
Of course, yes. So, it's like 48 minutes or whatever it was, and we have to get out. We can't go longer.
They can't go 50.
And Final Fantasy
50's
16.
too much.
Of course, Final Fantasy 16. Come on.
Yeah, that game looks good. Devil May Fantasy.
More like Final Fantasy cries.
Cry. Isn't that every Final Fantasy?
They do usually make me cry.
I'd be willing to bet $50 that in every Final Fantasy game someone cries.
Ooh, probably. Especially in the more recent ones where it's like more tropey and like obviously somebody's gonna cry. Maybe
And
not in, like the
more
early
anime.
games. I don't think they're expressive enough in the early games. So
But then it'd be just like asterisk cry asterisk.
some text being like, "This character is crying."
Like Twitter roleplay cry. Cries.
Hashtag cry.
Which now just makes
emoji.
things bold if you try and do that.
I don't like that. Yeah, Slack does it and other places do it. It's like, no, I want to use my text stuff for emphasis. Don't
Facebook
make
does it now.
Bold. Facebook sucks. It's a good thing I never use it.
It's true.
Except for work.
It's the worst thing. Oh, here we go. Bragging that he has a job in this climate. This guy. Oh no, I'm this
You're
guy.
this guy. I need a nickname. I'm that guy.
No, it's apparently Ashino has been booked like shit in All Japan.
Oh, good. Has he signed, or is he just still freelance?
I think he's a freelance dude, but like, you're gonna love this, Garrett. Apparently, they're doing run-ins for his matches.
Oh, For God's sake, why? I hate wrestling. I do.
They started so well with him, where it was just he beat everyone on the roster, and then he lost to Suwama in a great match, and then it was like,
because like the run-in interference thing is a match format that works if you do it rarely. It's like,
yeah,
cool.
I like it in a big match. I just don't do it every single match.
I don't like it in big matches. I'd rather you keep it. If you're going to do it in a weird gimmicky match, but. Just do it like once or twice
when
a
Jay
year,
White does it.
Not every single match. Then it just becomes boring.
I was gonna say, adversity though, like if you do it every single match, the one match where it doesn't happen is gonna get brought up that extra level.
Yeah. The actual wrestling match is the exception to the rule now.
It's kind of like Jay White versus Kota at the G1, where it's like they really tease that there's gonna be all this interference, and then they cut it out, and they just have an amazing 5-star match.
Sure, that's a rating. It's 4.25.
It's 5 stars. That's probably the match of the year. Top 3.
Speaking of 5-star matches, every week we talk about WWE Dynamite and AEW
WWE
NXT.
Dynamite and NXT Dark.
That's the name of these shows. Last week, NXT won, so we're going to talk about that first. It's 2 weeks streak, Liam. Will it win for a third week in a row?
Yes.
Oh.
What a swerve. No. Yes, maybe. I don't know. Will you repeat the question?
Wade Barrett is officially for a full-time fixture in the NXT announce team. He's fine.
Whoa.
I haven't bumped on him positively or negatively in the time that he's been on the show.
You know what I noticed on this show, though?
What?
My man Vic Joseph loves to cut everyone off to talk about the moves.
Yeah. Good.
There's one time, I forget which match it was. It was in the Shotzi era match, and Beth is about to say something, and you can hear like the anger in her voice as she gets cut off again for Vic to be like, and there's a 2 count.
Well, the 1-2 is WWE style. Like, if there's a pinfall, you have to shout over the like that's an edict from Vince McMahon that there's a pinfall. The play-by-play guy has to call it.
The really funny thing was, like, he cut her off to shout about the pinfall, and then he threw it away. He didn't throw it back to her to finish her point.
Listen, I'm very much Team Beth at the moment because she called the Dudley Boys Team 3D on this show. So very much Team Beth. On board with Team Beth.
I like Beth, but it's very clear that Vic is going to Wade more, and I think it's because they're actually sat next to each other, and Beth's just the voice in the ether. It's
sexism. That's what it is, Liam.
Listen, wait, in that company?
Whoa!
Oh, it's only Smoke and Bureaus.
Io Shirai defeated Shotzi Blackheart to retain the NXT Women's Championship in a damn good match. This is the best Shotzi I think I've ever seen her look.
I like this match. I don't like Shotzi.
Oh, well, explain.
It's officially too cartoonish for me.
Wade Barrett was talking about that all through the match. He was just like, look, she's weird and she's off kilter and I don't go up to her backstage and she has a tank, but she's a good competitor.
Yeah. Which is kind of my problems with her, I guess, is that she's just too goofy outside of the ring. But I do like her in the ring.
So,
but I need the tank entrance to be dropped. I'd like the tank for big matches or something. Make it a big deal. If she ever gets a TakeOver title match, have her come out in a real tank. But I don't like it every match because it just makes it look cartoony.
What if she started coming out in a bigger tank?
And then we can talk. Then it's moved to real shit.
Every week, they blow up the stage from behind because it's a real tank, and she just blows a hole in the stage and drives through.
Okay, at that point, I can't. She's the best wrestler of all time. There's no competition. If you blow up the entrance like Titantron every week,
don't we probably have that kind of money? Don't we could probably afford it?
Remember how we were talking about the other day where they'll never spend money except on the stupidest shit?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they should spend their stupid shit money on.
Yeah.
Blowing up the stage every week.
Shotzi would only end up getting booked twice a month or once a month because it's Shotzi, we can't afford to blow up the stage this week, so you're not booked.
She probably only gets booked 3 times a month anyway.
That is true.
On the NXT.
And this is her build up to challenger. So she actually no, this was on title even, wasn't it?
This is a blow off. Yeah, this was a nothing.
So yeah, she's gonna go back to the back of the line while Tegan Knox and Candice LeRae fight over number 1 contendership, I guess.
So I'm guessing next week there's gonna be a double fuck. Their feet touch the floor at the same time thing. Because it kind of feels like Tegan and Candice are going to that, or I guess just Rhea wins.
Well, like we have a takeover in 2 weeks, so there's the next week and then the
It's
go
so
home
ridiculous.
show. It's very. It doesn't
Remember when
matter.
takeovers were cool? Remember when takeovers were like the cool hotness?
Yeah, no, we're just doing them on a whim. So yeah, it's coming up in 2 weeks. So next week and then the go home. So we'll have our contenders crowned next week, and then we're going straight into the go home show. So yeah, there's a battle royal next week. Yeah, the double finish would make sense because I think Rhea and Raquel Gonzalez makes more sense for that show.
Good stuff. And that'd be a cool triple threat too. I think Candice probably wins that too, and they probably pins Nox so that way Io doesn't have to take a fall.
Ooh, so the same format as the triple threat from your house is what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh wait, what do you mean? You mean NXT just doing the same stuff over and over again? What?
Don't worry about it. It's a company full of originality.
For 2 weeks.
Tommaso Ciampa squashed Desmond Troy before Jake Atlas showed up and being like, I'm a nerd, but I'm not that much of a nerd.
Ciampa isn't a star anymore.
He doesn't feel like
he doesn't come across as a star
special.
to me. He feels like just a guy on the roster now. And I think part of that is he lost to the guy who had to just fuck off because of an injury. I think part of that is he's now feuding with perennial mid-card man Jake Atlas.
I basically never won a match on NXT.
And also he is like a heel when he was a face. Now he's a heel and there's no real explanation for it. He kind of lost aspects of his character because he was like, he was he was a psycho dude, but he was like methodical in what he like in his attacks and whatever. Now he's just like, I'm mean, and there was no explanation for it. So I'm kind of over Ciampa. He needs some serious rehabbing of the character to be back at that level again. Because when he first returned, was it the first NXT show that he returned?
It was maybe Finn was on that show. So maybe
I think
not.
he was the first one where they went against AEW. I think. Yeah, and Ciampa felt like a really big deal then. He felt like an actual star, and he's gone by the wayside. Doesn't feel like a star anymore. I don't think Gargano feels like a star anymore, but that's purposeful, I think, because he's playing second fiddle to Candice for this feud.
And Gargano's at least still
Cole
interesting.
is kind of a weirdo. Kyle is a weird face heel thing at the moment, so he doesn't even feel like a star. It's all very weird, and it's like, I don't know. Him also coming out and just beating up job guys doesn't exactly give the perception of a star either. Especially when that's all he does.
Hey, he's in this big feud with Jake Atlas.
Yeah, there needs to be some changes. But he'll probably wrestle Kyle at the TakeOver, so maybe. But then he'll probably put Kyle over if they're trying to get Kyle over as the next big dude. So I don't know. Ciampa might just be done.
He should have been called up long ago. He's run his course on this brand, and he should be in the main roster where he could be very disappointing, and no one will care about him anymore.
Okay, I'm initiating a trade. Trade Ciampa for Aleister Black. I need him back on this brand.
Well, Ciampa's just Psycho Aleister Black, isn't he?
No, he's Wilderness Aleister Black.
Sorry, my bad. I forgot about our taxonomy of Aleister Black.
Yes. Yeah, Wilderness Aleister Black.
Spud was interviewed. He's like, I'm going to team with Killian Dane. He's my friend.
I kind of like their little pairing now, to be honest.
So do I.
They're getting me with it, yeah.
It's a nice little mid-card gimmick.
Yeah, exactly. And, especially if, Dane has to drop the gear and get, Spud-like gear. That'd be really great.
Hey, Spud has nice tights.
Oh, he had a great look today. Very, HBK. With the teal zebra pattern.
I like Spud. Balor cut one of his promos.
Like Spud.
He's doing things. I don't know.
Yep.
Good old Finn. Austin Theory. Oh.
Oh wait, no, there was Finn. God damn it, I had something I wanted to say about Finn, and now I've bloody forgotten it.
Snakes in the back. I'll filter time.
Snakes in the back.
Back
no,
to the line.
He ended his whole thing with a sentence, and it was very corny, and I just wanted to remember what it was, but I can't now.
This is why you got to take notes, Liam.
I know, I should start taking notes.
Got to become a more professional podcaster.
But I if I'm looking at notes and stuff, I try to force in talking points. I like being able to just go back and forth, and you normally have notes, so.
Yes, notes.
Oh, yeah, it was something about, if you come at the prince, you better not miss, or something like that. And when he said it, I was like, yeah, when you come at the prinks.
Oh, yes, everyone loves the prinks.
Well, it's when you cross the prinks. Because he said cross because he has the cross thing that he does. And yeah, I was like, yeah, cross the prinks.
Uh-huh. I hate the pranks.
It's so funny. So dumb. But yeah, Bella should be champ. But he
is champ.
I get that AEW does... as I'm saying that I like him as champ.
Okay.
I get that Mox does like the thing some weeks where he will only be a promo on the show. But at least when he does it, it feels like a more organic promo. Like this, I don't like this super produced Bella's thing where it's like he's in a dark room and there's smoke going around him and the whole thing's in black and white for some reason. It just makes it feel very cartoonish.
Everything in our NXT is a cartoon, Liam. That's what we're learning here.
Oh my god, I just realized I've complained about 2 things on this show for being too cartoonish.
Yeah, you're officially becoming a grump who's like, oh, it's not realistic.
I guess, I don't know. When you go from seeing, like, Dynamite's great main event to, like, Tank, it's like there's a way to be funny and to not be cringy.
But, like, there's a problem with, like, the Dynamite main event. When you look at both of those teams probably have an issue with being too cartoonish at times. So this is not an NXT exclusive, especially Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah, but, like, at least they turn it on when they need to and have multiple times. Like, I'm still waiting for anyone in NXT to come off as legitimate.
Well, the most legitimate person at the moment is Kushida.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like, the one person that they tried to, like, who had like the legitimate aura, they turned him into a spooky Undertaker man. So,
but Kushida's trying to murder people now.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Kushida should win the fucking gauntlet thing that they're doing.
Especially because the particular people he is targeting, he's clearly trying to purge NXT of its trash.
Yeah.
Do you think
There's so many jokes I want to make that I just don't think appropriate?
That can't be a coincidence that, like, back-to-back weeks he aggressively goes after Velveteen Dream and Austin Theory.
And he's writing him off TV too.
Or at least for now.
Yeah, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's coming out there and he's just ripping their shoulders out of their sockets. He's gonna do it to Josh Briggs backstage before he even gets on TV.
No one will even know who he is. It's like, why is Kushida attacking this guy?
They should do a segment where he literally just attacks some random dude backstage who's just Josh Briggs and just, like, rips his arm off.
He is the hero we deserve.
Every time I see these people on TV, it just makes me go, ugh. It just gets me in a bad mood. But at least Kushida looks legitimate. This is his second week of looking legitimate, though, so he'll probably lose next week.
Well, he's probably in that weird gauntlet match they're doing.
Who do you think wins that?
Maybe Kushida. Maybe that's why they're suddenly heating him up real quick. Who's champ? Champ is Finn. Finn and Kushida? That would work.
Oh, that'd be a sick match too, especially on a 2-week build takeover.
Yeah. Because if you're doing a 2-week build takeover, you don't want to do, like, a major story match. It's just like, what's a cool match? And we'll do a cool match.
Yeah. Alright, I'm cool with that. Let's get Kushida in there. They probably wrestled in New Japan, right? They were both juniors at the same time.
Yeah, they've been in a Best of Super Junior together, surely.
They might have actually just missed each other.
No, the first Kushida match I saw was a debut match in that Tajiri promotion. What was the name of that Tajiri promotion? The Kushida Smash. Yeah, I remember watching that match. That was the first Kushida match I ever watched, and it was really, 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 really good.
The first Kushida match I watched was one of his New Japan matches where he had the red gear and the blonde streak in his hair.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think it was pre-Time Splitters.
They have wrestled 4 times. That Smash match, Best of Super Juniors in 2010, 2 IWGP heavyweight or junior heavyweight title matches in 2011.
I should watch those. Should we watch all those matches before they do? If they do the takeover, we'll watch all those ones that are available.
Yeah, and
we'll talk about them.
The most recently, 2012, in a Best of Super Junior match.
That match is I want to see, because, like, Kushida got so good towards the end of his New Japan run. Like, he was always good, but then he got, like, world beater good. And I like him versus Finn, especially, you know, as we're talking about Finn, sneaky good year. That could, like, Finn, like, I don't think he's in, like, my top 20 or anything, but, like, I think he could be by the end of the year if he keeps this run going.
And he's one of those guys where you'll watch his matches and it's like, hey, all his matches have been good. What's up with that?
It's almost like he's good. I do like that they're trying to put Finn as champion on the same pedestal as the Raw and SmackDown champions. I think that's a neat touch. And what it should be if you want to make this brand look like a third brand instead of just developmental. Did you notice that they had, like, when they did the... We're talking a lot about a promo package. It's very interesting. We normally skip right past them. When they were showing the other champions, they also had Walter on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Remember him?
Interesting. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty... Well, NXT UK came back this week, Garrett.
Stop lying to me.
And I can tell you what the Walter match is.
What is it?
That they're building to. Walter Ilya.
Well, that's alright. If it were
Yeah, that'd probably be pretty
WXW from 4 years ago.
Yeah, ooh, that shit was great. I think I'm gonna try and keep up a little bit with NXT UK because because I think next year NXT UK will probably be morphed into NXT. So I'd like to have at least some knowledge of the company before it gets morphed.
Just watch your old progress tapes and you're fine. On the WWE Network.
God, it's so weird. I watched one progress show on the network. It was very odd.
It just felt dirty, did it?
It kind of does, but like, I don't know. It's not like they're putting good era progress on there anyway. They're putting like, once the music was gone, progress was like, brr.
Was progress ever anything more than just listening to cool songs and entrances?
Well, it was listening to cool songs and entrances, and then like Ospreay having good matches, and then like Haskins having good matches. The Marty run was pretty decent, although a lot of people hate Marty. Some justified, some would say.
Candice LeRae cut a promo, the highlight of which was Johnny Gargano moaning about the television. They haven't replaced it in a week. It took him a week for him to actually buy a new TV. It's like, Johnny, you could have bought one last week.
They could have recorded that the day after.
That's true. But no, they were talking about watching NXT tonight on this bad TV.
Yeah, come on. You could have overnighted a TV. If you looked really hard, you probably could have got a TV that night.
But it's funny. In this promo, he overnighted a TV. He's like, he buys a new TV. It's like, it'll be here tomorrow. We have to watch this bad TV.
See, that's the continuity errors we're going to be sticklers about at NXT.
And they were like, we can't go downstairs. There's pasta everywhere. I do love the idea that they're just like...
You didn't clean it up?
No, they're like, we can't clean that up.
That Tegan should come back and clean it up.
Yeah. And he wants Tegan to pay for the TV.
Which, you know, she probably should.
You know, AEW did a match for the value of a jacket.
Yeah.
So this should be a match for the value of a television, where it's like, if...
No, I have a better idea.
Oh.
Candice and Johnny take Tegan to small claims court. And try and sue her to get the money to pay for the television.
Joseph Park will be the judge.
Or Tommy Dreamer. They seem to be the two classic judges.
Breezango defeated Imperium to retain the NXT Tag Team Champions in another really, really good match.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this match a lot.
I don't know. I like Fabian and Bartel a lot.
You're just mad that your boys lost, aren't you?
A little bit. Because, like, the whole point I thought of Breezango winning the tag belts, I assumed was it to drop it to Walking Wild and Mendoza. And they didn't do it. And I'm like, okay.
Well, they might still do it. They don't really have challengers set up for the TakeOver.
Yeah. Eichner and Bartel were on the screen for NXT UK, so they're probably going to be bouncing back as soon as they can.
Which will be sometime in 2020, or 21 even.
But yeah, I don't know. It was a decent match, but it's not something that I'll think about.
Yeah, I thought this first hour of NXT was really, really good. Then the second hour was just kind of meh.
Yeah.
But yeah, this first hour,
I'd
two good matches, some Kushida murdering very problematic people. Some good stuff.
Kushida's just getting more wholesome by the day.
Indeed. Who won this match? Caden Carter and Casey Catanzaro defeated Jaya Lee and Jessica Maya in a
She should do a move and call it the Kamehameha wave.
Like, these are the people, well done, that are always on NXT.
Thank you.
That, like, they never get like any promos or character development or like meaningful matches. They just
get chucked out there.
Yeah, they're thrown in matches like this every like 3 weeks, and they don't matter. They never go anywhere. It's like, come on, get me to care about these people.
The character development was just, hey, now they have matching tag gear,
which is nice.
Which is like, as soon as you see the matching gear, you're just like, well, I know who's winning. Well, like, they're talking about, like, women's tag team title maybe getting an opportunity, and then the team that has matching gear, and then the team that has never teamed before. It's like, I think I know who's winning this.
What if
Even
it's
though everyone got entrances.
subverting your expectations and they flip it and the team...
But it
that you
didn't.
No, don't worry about it.
It didn't do that,
Stop
though.
it.
Oh, and Lee heel turn?
Maybe? I don't know.
They're probably going to need another heel, like top heel. So, because Mercedes Martinez is definitely one of the Retribution people.
Well, she's currently playing one. Whether or not she'll actually end up being one is probably a different question.
What do you mean? Continuity errors?
You mean WWE probably still haven't decided who's even in this stable? Oh, that wouldn't be like WWE.
I think they know Dijak's in it, for sure. Because he just sounds like Dijak when he talks. It's like, they have the voice modulator, but it's like, you can just tell it's him. I was thinking the other day, like, it'd be very funny if, like, the big reveal is he comes out and he beats up Keith Lee, and then just immediately into more Dijakovic Keith Lee matches.
I would literally cry. Like, legitimately.
After they became mates in NXT, like, he becomes an Antifa guy and then beats up Keith Lee.
He's like, oh, that would be too on the nose in so many different ways. Oh.
Remember when, like, Dijakovic was, like, white supremacist gimmick on like, the house shows or whatever?
Yeah, and he started doing tweets about it, and it's just like, what are you doing? Why are you being a white supremacist?
It's like, you know, that's the problem, is like, I don't have problems with people doing these kind of like weird problematic gimmicks or whatever, but it's like, you have to have some sort of nuance to it. It can't just be overt, oh, I love my white heritage. I want to be the champ.
Drake Maverick is like, hey, Killian Dane, we're friends and partners, and Dane's like, who the fuck are you?
My only thing was Dane was like, I'm not going out there.
He's just like, yeah, no.
And Maverick's like, all right, I'll see you out there. He's like, no. This whole, like, this match, like, was whatever, but the actual story of it I thought was really good and really funny.
Yeah, so it was Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish against Drake Maverick for the whole time, and they cut to
oh my
numerous
God,
shots.
The Undisputed Era B team right there.
Beating the shit out of Spud the whole time. And I love them just cutting to shots of Killian Dane watching backstage and cackling, and everyone's just laughing.
And clapping. He's like, ooh, I love this shit.
Eventually, William Regal shows up and he's like, are you really going to watch on as he gets hurt? And then Killian Dane's like, oh, fine, I'll go out there. And then he still doesn't help.
Yeah. I mean, he helped a little. He threw him in there. And then he got cold fat. And now he's going to turn babyface because he got cold fat.
Yeah, and ends with a DQ after they hit him with a chair.
That's going to be a TakeOver match.
Yeah! Aren't you on board with that?
Yeah. You know, it's funny, like, I was thinking as I was watching this, I was like, you know what? I always liked Big Damo as a babyface. Fuck it, let's give it a shot.
I would assume that leaves room for Cole against O'Reilly?
I think it's O'Reilly and Ciampa.
What does Cole do?
Cries.
Just gonna do a takeover without him?
Signs his AEW deal.
Does Finn against Cole rematch? Because that's something they'd do. Oh, that would be the least interesting takeover match.
No, our takeover's way more interesting if it's Kushida, Balor,
Yeah.
Ciampa, O'Reilly.
Jake Atlas.
It's really funny how Ring of Honor NXT is.
How do you mean?
Like, there's just a lot of ex-Ring of Honor guys in NXT.
Yeah, there was the era in 2015 where, like, their recruitment entirely came from Ring of Honor, to the degree that Ring of Honor were like, hey.
The Undisputed Era.
And yeah, there was Sammy and there was KO and, yeah. Mike Bennett.
But, like, it's just, you know, Cole, Ciampa, Keith Lee just left.
Hey, yeah.
Dijak.
Ciampa's famous for his explosion match with Crazy Steve, not this Ring of Honor run you speak of.
Probably his Progress stuff, to be honest.
Jake Atlas was being interviewed outside Full Sail. Naturally, he's attacked because nobody can stand outside Full Sail without being jumped.
My favourite thing about this was Kyle going, it's the parking lot, man. Like, as if there hasn't been 1,000 Undisputed Era parking lot attacks.
Now he has decency and standards.
God, this segment sucked. I hated it.
I just hate that he's like, you know what, I'm not backing down from this horrible Ciampa. He may have beat me, and then he just gets beat up again. I'm like, no. Is this what you consider like even remotely a push for this guy?
Yeah, and he's going to just lose to Ciampa next week anyway. But it's like, I don't like Ciampa just being, I'm a bad guy, gotta beat him up outside. And I don't like Cole being a weird babyface. I mean, like, stop it. Although I did appreciate when Cole was leaving. He was like, "You alright?" And sorry, yeah. Well, as Carl was leaving, he's like, "You alright?" And Jake's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Alright, you'll be fine." Just keeps walking.
Yeah.
blows it. Like, that's like, all right, here's a bit of his cockiness, but it's like, I don't know, man.
He's just suddenly decent and a defender of justice.
Cole, Ciampa, good shit. Hopefully do it. Oh, Cole singles match that'd be the first Cole singles match on TakeOver. Sorry, you know what I mean, O'Reilly. I keep wanting to say Kyle. That's the problem.
Just say Kyle then.
Yeah, I don't know. It gets confused in my head. Cole, Kyle, beat each other up. Next TakeOver in 4 weeks.
2 weeks. William Regal had...
No, I'm saying like the one after.
Oh, right. Well, that's probably...
another 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks do a TakeOver.
Survivor Series. Actually, no, this is the Survivor Series TakeOver, really, isn't it? I don't know.
2-week over.
Stop it. No, someone gave out to me for saying stop it in Discord. I will continue to say stop it until people stop making me need to say stop it. Now I'm self-conscious about it, and the person's gotten in my head, and I'll never forget it. Because that's the way my brain works.
Gotten to.
William Regal had 2 big announcements, Liam.
Wow.
One of which is there will be a women's battle royal next week to determine the number one contender, and the other is which a new match type, the Gauntlet Eliminator, which is basically the Royal Rumble with pinfalls.
Which is like something everyone else does except for WWE.
Yeah, well, that's the TNA format. Well, the TNA Gauntlet format has the Royal. It's the final 2. There's pinfalls rather than everybody, but yeah.
I think it's going to be like... It's not going to ever get overtly battle royally. It's just going to be like 3 to 4 people in the ring at the same time.
Well, it's people coming out every 4 minutes, so that should be like there should be more or less once they get like 3 or 4 people in there. There should be an elimination each like cycle. Then
you know what really bothered me about this though?
What?
They didn't announce any participants. Like I don't know how many people are supposed to be in this match. I don't know if like the 5th guy coming out has a good draw in it or something. Like yeah, there's no names for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think there's going to be a surprise if there's no names?
No. Who's going to be the surprise?
Someone that they bring down to NXT. I don't know.
It's going to be Johnny. There's going to be
Kevin Owens,
Cameron Grimes. He's probably going to be in it. Kushida.
Thatcher.
He just got his ass kicked again, so sure, why not?
Yeah, you know he's going to be in it though. He's definitely going to be in it.
He's probably going to win.
You know what's really annoyed me? When they were doing like the Balor, like there should be people coming to fight me thing, they showed 3 people: Gargano, Ciampa, and Thatcher. And I was like, the goal of you motherfuckers to put Thatcher in that exact same position as those 2 when he's about to lose in the main event.
Listen, he's got to stop studying tape, and then everything will be fine.
That's it. That's my problem with Thatcher. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want you to think he's a main eventer, but they never want to give him a big win.
And the worst thing is they want you to think that he's this badass shooter, this guy who could manipulate holds and outsmart his opponents, and then he loses all of his matches.
Then he loses to Nightclub Aleister Black.
Yes, that was our main event, in which Damian Priest defeated Timothy Thatcher to retain the NXT North American Championship. I
like this match, actually.
I thought it was okay. They did a
lot of cool moves.
This is your Imperium against Breezango on this show, where you think it's good, and I'm like, yeah it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, nothing made my spreadsheet from this show, but it's like, you know, Priest had really nice white gear, and that's really all it takes for me.
Thatcher should have
Big
white
match
gear.
Whites. I like his Black Flag gear that he has.
Is it Assassin's Creed gear?
Yes, he's a pirate.
Yes, this is Assassin's
That was when
Creed
he was
Black
fake
Flag.
English.
Yeah, there you go. He's Johnny Depping all over the place.
He gets the Paul Burchill gimmick and the Paul Burchill music.
Comes flying in on a rope with Katie Lee Burchill as well. She's just there.
That's actually just Katie Lee Burchill.
Yeah, it's like legitimately, it's her. It's winter. Winter is coming.
Her great music, though.
They should buy it.
Sure.
Spend all it's probably worth I don't know, 2 or 3 million. That's a great song.
Yeah.
That's NXT.
Woo!
Which brings us to AEW Dynamite, which opened with the Lucha Bros. The other one, the Jurassic Express, defeating or losing. God, I'm all over the place. To FTR in a good FTR match, probably because I don't know, it was relatively short.
Yeah. You forgot the Bucks coming out and being edgy.
Oh yeah. Okay. The Bucks.
You're gonna hate this, and I'm gonna love it because it's dumb.
And it's just like, why? Why are you so angsty? Why is this the manifestation of your anger at Hangman Page? Like, I don't get it. It makes no sense.
They want to ruin the show.
Also,
I think like the idea is meant to be that they like resent Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus getting the match.
but they lost, so who cares?
But I gotta remember like I like how like whatever, it's kind of dumb and I love it, but my favorite thing is they get fined and they just throw the money at Tony. It's like, you don't know how much they're gonna fine you. You did it twice. They could increase the amount.
I would think that's
It's not the same both times.
I would have been a bigger fan of that spot if they didn't already do it with Jimmy Havoc and do a better version of it with Jimmy Havoc where he stapled it to somebody. I like the way it's also, like Jimmy Havoc is problematic and cancelled, so we have to do the same spot so we can be like, look at this creative spot we had because we can't show the Jimmy Havoc one anymore.
They also did it on BTE. The same week.
So yeah, the creativity in AEW, the juices are. This feels like an NXT story where it's just like, and now they're angsty. It's like, why? It's like, don't worry about it.
Soon the Bucks are going to be super kicking people, then looking at their feet like, why are we so evil?
Why are our feet so super kicky?
They're going to sit in the middle of the ring with their feet up like a baby and just go, why?
FTR won this match. It was a good match. I'm no longer really not super down on FTR anymore because they had a good match.
I thought Jungle Boy was really good in this.
And you're a noted Jungle Boy hater.
Yeah, I like him as just babyface that gets beat up and gets surprise roll-ups. It's a pretty good formula. Worked for Trevor Lee.
He tried to set a world record for number of flash pinfalls in this match. He went for at least 7 or 8 of them as near falls. It's whoa.
I think that's why I like him, because I'm a notorious fan of flash pinfall finishes.
Just grabbing cradles, grabbing backslides, all that fun stuff.
I've always said, if I was a wrestler, that'd be the only... That'd be my finish, would be just assorted roll-ups.
You're Bryan Danielson, then.
Yeah, I love that shit.
I do love the... Bryan Danielson's finish at one stage, one of his secondary finishes, was a small package, and that's cool.
Yeah. What's your favorite roll-up? What's your favorite flash pin? Because I know mine.
Oh, it's the Magistral... That one.
Yeah, solid. Mine's the prawn hold.
Oh.
Where they get up on their tippy toes on their... they bring him down, grab... the one that Saber does. Where he rolls them back and he gets his feet over their legs.
That's pretty
and holds their arms to the ground. That's my favorite one. I love the pinfall.
Nice little bridge.
And also the Gato clutch. Big shout out to the Gato clutch too. They tuck the head between your legs and roll them over.
Our friend Matt Hardy has been attacked again. A very bad time.
Oh, okay, this is another thing that annoyed me.
Go on.
Their match wasn't next, but I'll just skip to it to talk about what I didn't like. They came out all happy, and it's like your mentor just got attacked, and there's so many old school guys that are in that roster. None of them could have gone hey, when you go out there, sell that you're upset.
Especially because it was very, very clear in the attack that Jericho and Hager are the ones that attacked him. It's like, oh no, it really sucks that your friend Matt Hardy is hurt. Shrug. And it's like, yeah, they just come out. This is they don't have that music anymore. This is a private part. I can't sing their new music. And yeah, they're just happy rappers.
Shot.
Yeah, that's one of the little attention to detail things, though, isn't it? That AEW, it's just they don't always have.
I don't know, I am turning into a grump, but something like that just annoys me. It's if you're doing a big oh, you hurt my mentor thing, maybe come out and be a little angry and not be dancing. It's like the Brandy thing, where she came out smiling for their big revenge for Cody.
Everyone's just very happy in AEW, Liam. They're all happy to be there.
Except for Adam Page.
And the Young Bucks, I guess. But Adam Page defeated Frankie Kazarian in a really good match, in the kind of match that I think this television show has been missing, because I've given out about this before. But this show basically has become squash matches, competitive tag matches, or main event kind of feud blow-off matches, if big feud continuing matches, and it has none of these matches anymore because they've exiled them all to Dark, where everyone builds up their record on Dark, and you hear that Scorpio Sky has won his last 5 matches and he shows up and loses to Cody, and it creates that dissonance where it's alright, so I haven't seen him win a match on this show for 5 weeks, and then he shows up as a number 1 contender for the TNT title, and I've seen nothing in between. So if I watch this show, because I'm not watching any of this shoulder content, Liam, I refuse. If I just watch this show,
are you gonna watch the fake Dynamite?
No, it's a Dark. I'm not going to be tricked
It's
into
Matt
watching it
Sydal,
dark.
and you gotta watch Sydal
Against Sean
again.
Spears. If they put him against someone half decent, I'd be like, oh, it's a Matt Sydal match. He's wrestling Sean Spears. It's a dark in disguise. It's a dark in sheep's clothing. It's a deceptive dark. And I will not watch it.
There's a Jericho promo. That's
care.
main event stuff right there.
But yes, the in between
Carter's on
matches, the mid card matches that build momentum, that make people feel like they're actually gaining traction on shows instead of just like, oh, they won 4 squash matches on Dark that you didn't see. These kind of matches. Also, it was a really good match.
Yeah, I think it was a really good match. I really liked Paige in it. I think he's just the cat's pajamas and all that, you know.
So you're saying he's the Johnny Gargano of AEW?
He's better.
Let's throw it back to Johnny Gargano's Ronin days.
That's going to make some people mad.
PG USA.
Adam Page better than Johnny Gargano. I think this match, right, it just took the place of the TNT title match. That's what these matches were. Like, they didn't have the same, result in that they would bring someone up, but that was, like, it feels like that's where that time allocated went to.
But this match was better than nearly all of those TNT title matches.
Yeah, but I'm explaining to you why it's happening.
Good showing from Frankie
Not for
Kazarian.
that it's better or worse.
Kazarian, who can be
Frankie
kind of a
was good.
variable singles wrestler. I think the thing with Kazarian is I don't think he's a great heel, but he's actually a good fun babyface.
Yeah.
Who does cool
These are
moves.
kind of the matches that like Kenny was having at the start of the thing.
Yeah. Basically, like, their stars don't have singles. And I don't need you to give me, like, Kenny Omega against Chris Jericho on TV. But you can give me, like, Kenny Omega against Cash Wheeler, or Kenny Omega against Jungle Boy, or Kenny Omega against Sean Spears, Matt Sydal, there we go. Or,
Oh, give me Kenny and Sydal,
those kind of matches. I'm perfectly fine getting, like, a mid-card guy against the main event guy, having a 12 to 15-minute match, and it's really good, and the main event guy wins.
And you're right, they used to do them all the time.
Yeah, do more
It's funny,
of
like,
these.
I think this whole Dynamite felt like an old Dynamite, which was good. Which is weird that we now say old Dynamites. It's weird that I was able to watch a Dynamite from a year ago.
And feel like nostalgia.
Yeah, it's very odd. And like to see that people have already like changed, like physically at points. Like, and also just because Kenny was out during this bit, and you were talking about how turning Kenny in the Bucks was an admission of defeat.
It is, and I will not accept otherwise.
I mean, that's fine. It probably is, but I will also argue that Kenny and the Bucks are at their best when they're heels. And they're going to get, like... They're never going to be full-blown heels in this company. They're always going to be cool heels. So, it's... I don't know. I think turning, in big quotation marks, Kenny is really just like, all right, we're going to fire him up for the main event again.
This is a push for him.
Yeah. Because he's probably going to just beat Paige at fucking full gear.
That does look like the direction they're going. No, I had a problem with the continuity in this match too, because like Hangman Page's nameplate said not in a tag team anymore, and the entire story of this was Kenny on commentary was like, we're not a team anymore, but the commentators were like, well, Page has been like, he wants to keep the team going. And it's like, no,
I can explain the continuity.
His thing said he's not in a tag team anymore.
Remember last time he had the thing was that I don't care what it says on there anymore. He gave away all rights to the bit now. Oh. So now someone else is making that claim for him. Hey, if you want to crack open the conspiracy files, I'm just saying, I will shut that shit down. I will explain it. AEW Lawmaster is what they call me.
More like AEW Apologist Master. Ah! It's not even a good word.
Hello there, future Garrett, editing in here because I have that kind of power. Obviously, AEW Bore Master, much better pun, much better put down, so... More like AEW Bore Master. Double burn, Liam. Editing burn. Burn that you can't reply to. Ma. Carry on.
I was gonna say, it was right after you talked about a match that you liked more than me.
Shut up! Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, you didn't like this. Everyone raved about this Hangman Kenny Hangman Kazarian match, and you're like, no, they went too long.
I thought they went a little long. I still liked it. Hey, man, you were on my side last week when we said every match goes about 10% too long. You can't take it back now.
I actually thought the opener went slightly too long, but that's neither here nor there.
Aha! Now for a match that really went too long.
Oh, I know. MJF defeated Shawn Dean in 10 seconds. Should have been 0. And then cut a promo.
Yeah, Shawn Dean should have won in 3 seconds.
Damn right. Now, Wardlow should have stepped in, replaced Shawn Dean, taken MJF's head off.
Why wasn't Wardlow in this match? I miss Wardlow.
He doesn't wrestle on the show anymore. It's very upsetting. MJF cut one of his MJF promos. I'm just like,
it was alright.
I want to have a partner or a team. The only good instance here.
Sorry, I was gonna say the only good thing that can come out of this is if, like, we have segments where each like stable person tries to recruit them, including the Dark Order. Do like a Beachy, John Silver, and Reynolds segment where they try to recruit him.
Yeah, like the only pro of MJF trying to join a stable will be if him attempting to join the Inner Circle leads to the downfall of the Inner Circle. That's my only pro.
Replaces Jericho.
No, the stable goes away. I think that stable needs to go away. I think it's served its purpose.
Yeah, I think it's weird to say, but we've reached the stage now where the Inner Circle, instead of making Santana Ortiz and Sammy, is now hurting them.
Yeah.
Because they're just goofs when they're in the actual stable, and then when they're not, they're considered serious. Like when Sammy's feuding with Matt, he looks like a serious threat, and when Santana and Ortiz can go out and just do their own shit, they look like a serious threat.
I'm convinced, Liam. I'm convinced. Actually, there was a Taz breakdown of Ricky Starks as well, but he said his moves are cool. That's about it.
He said that he drops the knee, and that's why it's so strong.
Yes, he spins his leg out. He's great. They always follow MJF with Eddie Kingston promos, and I'm convinced it's a rib to be like, look at the guy tried really hard to get a promo, and then look at the guy who's actually really charismatic and great. And it's like, just put them next to. They always put them next to each other in these shows. I'm like, why are you encouraging that contrast? Because one of these guys is really good, and one of them is trying to be really good and not getting there. Eddie Kingston narrated a beatdown where his boys just beat the crap out of nerds at ringside, and this is great. They should do this every week.
That was really great. Well, because they need to get Kingston on. I love that they immediately realized Kingston needs to be on TV every week. Mm-hmm. Like, they went from, because we were worried that he wasn't going to get any time, but they're making time for Eddie Kingston, which I appreciate.
Yeah, and they're like, just put a microphone in his hand and just let him, like the point of this segment is just like, his boys are beating people up, and he's just like, yeah, go on, guys, look at them, they're dying.
And like laughing at them and stuff. And then at the end, which I really don't hope that this doesn't go to like Kingston's crew versus the Nightmare family.
Aww.
I really hope that isn't the feud that they go with. But it seems like they're gonna start doing stuff with Ali.
Yeah,
which means
like
natural nightmares.
Get your house in order, and
which means
Ali.
Natural nightmares versus Butcher and the Blade, full gear, baby.
That's the match we've all been waiting for, really.
But yeah, Ali probably is she gonna be the bunny again?
Would that be her third character reboot in the year she's been in this company?
No, because I think she'll just be like Nightmare Family Ali, like kind of a bitch, and just be like moody. But she won't go full bunny again. She
was the bunny. Actually, no, she started as Ali, like just regular. She started
as like regular old Ali.
Yeah, then she became the evil bunny. Then where she wore leather and was with the Butcher and the Blade, and probably into BDSM and all that fun stuff. And then she joined the Nightmare Family.
Cast.
And then she's going to go back to being the bunny or Evil Alley, maybe Evil Alley, where she gets her soul sucked out again.
I think she's just going to be what she is now, but with Kingston talking for her.
Oh, sorry, Dark Alley. You wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley, would you?
I wouldn't want to meet her on AEW Dark.
No one would want to meet her on AEW Dark because it's a terrible show that no one likes.
It's alright.
Jake Hager and Chris Jericho defeated Private Party in a fun little match, entirely carried by Private Party being good wrestlers.
I don't really like it.
I thought the closing stretch with Jericho and Cassidy was fun.
Yeah. That's it.
There you go.
They gave Cassidy a little... they gave Queen and Cassidy a little ooh at the end, where they actually got to beat up Jericho a little bit.
Yeah, and then got hit with the Judas Effect and lost, but still.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is still... Could this be the Full Gear match? Jericho and Hager against FTR?
On the pre-show, hopefully.
like they've got to be building up Jericho and Hager for something, and a TV title defense seems like a weird thing to start building them up for.
Yeah, because Full Gear isn't that far away. They need to have something
2 months.
for him. It's definitely going to be him and Matt.
Jericho and Matt? Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be Jericho, Matt.
And
So they'll probably do like a TV tag match against FBR.
And then Matt returns and Jericho's like, I killed you, and they do a thing.
And then they do some broken cinematic deal.
Oh, great! I still think Jericho needs to go away on this show. He's so he doesn't feel remotely special anymore.
He's overused.
Yeah, he wrestles too much on this show, especially.
He needs to be like Undertaker, like show up like 4 weeks before Full Gear, and like beat up Matt.
Yeah, he needs to take some. I've been saying this for a while. I think Jericho needs time off the show, and I think this show will be fine without him. I don't think you can't take your biggest star off TV. I think you can. I think AEW are in a perfectly fine state these days. Yeah, these days AEW can take Chris Jericho off TV without consequence.
Like maybe not when he first dropped the belt. I mean, like maybe in a COVID world, yeah, sure, but not in a if say COVID doesn't happen, you probably don't take Jericho off TV then. But you can do it now, I think. I think the problem is he has no Fozzy tour to go on.
Yeah,
so we can't get rid of him for like 8 weeks.
Didn't he play that Sturgis event that had tons of people?
Yes.
Oh god.
He's done like 2 live shows.
Chris.
And oh boy. What if Jericho gets COVID? That'd be fucked up.
On the topic of
plans, I imagine.
On the topic of oh boy, Thunder Rosa defeated Ivelisse.
Oh, I'm excited.
You could see watching this match, and by all accounts it was like very carefully edited, but you could still see in this match there are moments where Ivelisse is just not playing ball.
You can see it on her face anytime she faces the camera.
She's just like, she is not amused. The one where Thunder Rosa is trying to put her in a full Nelson, and she's literally just sitting there, and she's just like, I'm allowing you to do this, but I do not give a single shit about it. And there's a moment later where Thunder Rosa charges her in the corner, and she just slumps into the corner and starts adjusting her hair, and she just does not sell it at all. Okay. It's like, ugh.
The thing with Ivelisse, right, it's like, if you were someone who was like ingrained in AEW there from the start, whatever, maybe you could get away with this. You don't even have a deal.
No.
Why are you doing this? It's like
she does it everywhere she goes. It's her thing. She self-destructs everywhere.
So what we said, like literally, when the day that she first showed up on Dynamite, we're like, if Ivelisse can get her shit together, she'd be a great addition. Apparently, she cannot get her shit together.
By all accounts, like Thunder Rosa's already taken a leadership role in this division. She's like helping train people, and like even though she doesn't even work here either. And they're like, this is the person you decide to try and shoot on, Ivelisse? Really?
But it's like, I would get it if you had any sort of goodwill. But you don't. You're new.
She's just sabotaging her opportunities. Again.
The problem is, she's not even just sabotaging her own opportunities. She's sabotaging Diamante's opportunities while she does it.
Hey, they get their tag match next week as well, at least.
Yeah, and then Ivelisse will probably take the pinfall and then I won't be seen again. I wouldn't have her be seen again on my show.
I was like, yeah, you just build Ivelisse up for just a Full Gear match. Maybe not anymore.
I think probably Thunder Rosa, Sheeta 2 Full Gear. Or 3 at that point, maybe.
2 out of 3 falls. You have to have a stip at that stage.
Well, Sheeta probably drops the title, I'd guess, if you're going to do it again. And then maybe do dual championships at the thing. Maybe that's the deal. Who knows? But I like...
title versus... Yeah, that actually makes sense. Thunder Rosa wants another shot and you do title versus title.
Yeah, especially if you're going to have the NWA title on TV. And then we got to a really good segment. And not only what I thought was a really good segment, a segment where they're like... It's interesting to see that they're willing to give this dude a shot in Will Hobbs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Miro segment, and I was like, really? You're interested to see they're giving Miro a shot?
No, I was sorry, I forgot about the Miro segment. Do you want to quickly talk about the Miro segment?
He's lifting weights, Kip's cutting promos.
They're talking about Warzone, baby.
He is very big.
Baby.
He's a large man.
Yeah, he's going to have a really cool match against Kenny Omega one day, and that's all I can hope out. That's all I'm hoping for in this entire run.
Though based on our looking at his cage match, that really cool match will be like 3.25 stars.
No, I think he will get pulled up to Kenneth's level.
I don't know.
4.25.
His cage match said otherwise.
Yeah, we got yelled at for that.
Did we?
Yeah, VOW Miro Defense Force came in.
He's had like 3 good matches in this entire WWE run.
Talking about his Big E matches and his Jack Swagger matches as if they weren't 6 years ago.
And as if they weren't also like fun little 3.25 star matches.
Yeah, we're taking shots at the boss. We don't care.
Listen, they're not going to listen to this deep into this show.
Oh, no.
We can take all the shots we want.
They'll listen to the first 5 minutes and go, all right, audio's working.
Get along with each other. Will Hobbs. Yes, this segment
Will Power,
again.
baby.
This is one of those segments that felt like old Dynamite, where it's like Taz comes out, or Archer comes out, cuts a promo. Taz comes out. They have a tag match next week, and Archer and Roberts have cut a deal with Team Taz to have Ricky Starks and Brian Cage be his partners next week in the 6-man tag. Then Mox comes out and he's like, "Ah!" but he gets jumped by Cage and Starks before Will Hobbs makes the save with a chair. He's swinging the chair like a wild man.
Looks cool. He's like, he's gonna get. I love that they're trying to give Will Hobbs the rub. Like, you see something and you see that like people have a good reaction to it, just go for it. Why not?
Yeah, and then Mox is like, Darby will also be our partner.
Okay.
Which sets up next week, which feels like again, they don't do enough of building up these matches. They just announce matches for next week, and they happen, and they're decent matches, and we all move on. But they don't do enough of this, where it's like they have me excited for this 6-man tag match next week. They didn't just do it for the sake of doing it. They have a purpose. They have intent. They're doing it for a reason. And it's like, yes, more of this AEW. This is what you've stopped doing.
You know who I thought it was going to be?
Who?
I thought it was going to be Starks and Cage with Archer, but I thought it was going to be Darby and Kingston with Moxley.
That would make no sense at all. Why did you think that? You think Kingston isn't going to be in every role in this show now, don't you?
Because Kingston's been taking shots at Moxley and at Archer, saying he never lost the Battle Royal stuff. In the promo, Archer took a shot at Kingston. So I thought Kingston was going to come out and he was going to be Mox's thing, and they were going to play up, maybe doing like some sort of... Because you know how like AEW of old, they'd have 2 feuds on at the same time? Like do some sort of like Kingston thing in the lead up to Archer or even after Archer.
But Kingston's a heel.
Yeah, but you do it with him and Mox.
But Mox is a babyface.
Yeah, heels and babyfaces wrestle.
Do they team together?
On occasion, if the story dictates it.
Okay.
There's never been an odd pairing tag team with a heel and a babyface? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Can they get along?
We'll have to find out. Just you wait till next week when they lay out Will Hobbs and then Kingston takes his place.
Which leads to our main event, Parking Lot Brawl. Best Friends defeated Santana Ortiz.
Good.
Those 4 men must have been so sore after this match.
One of the best Dynamite matches ever.
There's a moment, that's high praise, but there's a moment in this match where Trent takes a powerbomb onto the roof of a car, and then literally 15 seconds later takes a double powerbomb through the windshield of a car.
So sick. Every spot in this was amazing. Chuck's doing his like little stump pile driver on the thing, the crunchy through the door. Mm-hmm. I love that doors have become a mainstream wrestling weapon.
And Tony is like explaining what kind of door it is. Very, very good tone. Tony's a good commentator, letting us know.
I there's not a bad thing I can say about this match. I loved everything about it. I loved the presentation of Santana and Ortiz.
Which I want more of. I'm sick of them being goofs. They're street fighters. They should be beating the shit out of people, not doing cartoon comedy with Chris Jericho.
And I really like Chuck Taylor continuing to prove that he's like the best plunder worker of the 2010s.
Yeah, killing people. And Trent, in fairness, Trent is right up there with him.
So the other reason I'm not putting Trent in there is because Chuck's literally been doing it all 10 years. Like, I'd say like, Trent's just as good, but like Chuck has the decade behind him of doing it.
Wasn't the decade a Ring of Honor stable?
Yes, when he was in Ring of Honor. He was in Ring of Honor for a little bit. I tweeted the other day, remember his New Japan run where he became a crazy man? Yeah. And they built him up to face Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah.
Yeah. New Japan.
You remember the time he showed up at TNA?
I do. Was it like a weird, like, one night only?
It was a one night only. He wrestled Spud.
It's funny, I was, oh god, I say it's funny a lot. That's my, that's bad thing, don't be bad. Like, mine's, it's funny. I was remembering the other day, Chuck Taylor, why am I blanking on this now? Oh god, I had such a good point. God damn it. I just wanted to say that, like, out of everyone in AEW, the person that I'm most happy for to get onto a main stage onto national television is Chuck Taylor. I'm so happy for that guy.
He should win the AEW title.
Maybe not that. It's like him and Kingston are the two that I'm like, ooh. And Kingston should win the title.
Kingston's already been on national TV. You stop it. Don't you disrespect Pop.
Yeah, but was he?
Don't you disrespect Pop.
The DCC? Is that what he was?
300,000 people watch Kingston on TV. There you go. Like this,
and
3 to
now
4 at some stage.
I was gonna say now 700,000 more.
It's closer to 6 most weeks. Actually, it's closer to 5 most weeks. Let's be real with AEW's
I'm
audience
going the
numbers.
peaks, baby. I'm talking about the peaks.
You have to look at the quarter hours on that show to see was he in a segment that had 1 million viewers.
We should break down the quarter hours, baby.
We're not gonna break
That's our
down quarter
Patreon content.
hours. No. There's literally nothing I'd rather do less than break down quarter hours. It's like, really?
Yeah, unless you're paid for it.
Technically, at some stages, I am paid for it. Yeah, Chuck and Trent won. Great match. Great main event. There you go.
I was saying, I think this might be my second favorite tag match this year.
What's your favorite? The Revolution one?
Yeah, that's like the second best tag match of all time. But
of all time? What's the best tag match of all time? Is it also the Young Bucks against Kenny and Thing?
Man,
Kota?
You know it is. You know it is for me. Name a more Liam tag match.
It should be America's Most Wanted against Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger in a strap match. That should be your favorite tag team match.
I do love the Swing Man.
Yeah, this is Swing Man though.
What's the point? What were we talking about? Yeah, tags.
Main event.
Main event's great. PMP should be booked better.
Yes.
The dead president's face paint looked sick with the blood coming down.
Yes.
Oh my god, the ending.
The freaking thing through the thing.
No. The best friend's getting in the van.
Oh, yes, it's Sue.
Orange getting in the front, driving up, Sue just chugging out the fucking finger as they go off.
Get wrecked, Santana Ortiz.
So I'm guessing best friend's FTR at Full Gear?
That would make more sense, probably, than the Jericho and Hager match.
I think that's a TV match if they do it.
Yeah, so... And hopefully this is the presentation of Santana Ortiz going forward as badasses, not as goofs.
God, can you imagine the cringy FTR promos about comedy workers against Chuck Taylor and Trent?
I don't want it. That is bad.
Get out of our tag division, you comedy workers. Just cutting Jim Cornette promos.
This is so upsetting. Alright, match of the week.
The main event. That match is great. Everyone should be watching that. That's like one of the... Like, that's what I want from AEW right there.
I actually thought there was a ton of good wrestling on both these shows. I thought the opening tag match was good. Hangman and Kaz was good. That main event was good. Io and Shotzi was good. And Imperium against Breezango was good. So it's like
and
5...
I like the main event. So.
Yeah, you like that too. Yeah, so 6 between the two of us. Matches legitimately worth watching across these shows, which is maybe one of the best Wednesdays of wrestling on these shows.
I saw some people saying that this was like one of their favorite Dynamites ever.
It's without the crowd. I don't think I could ever say that a crowdless Dynamite is as good as one of the red hot crowd Dynamites. It's just not the same. But this is there are episodes of Dynamite through the summer that people have been propping up as good, and they just haven't been. Especially when you see a show like this, an episode of Dynamite that is legitimately good, and it's like, stop settling for less with this company. I get you want to like it. I get you like it. People gotta stop settling for less. This is what they can do. Because it could be so much better. Like, this is what these shows can look like. Let's not settle for these aimless shows that meander towards pay-per-views where none of the matches matter and the matches aren't even that good. Like, this is stuff that's building toward things that they're trying to make meaningful matches for next week. Guys are cutting good promos. It's like they're elevating people. This is what this show should be, not the aimless, meandering, pointless, mediocre shows we got through the summer.
Damn, and it's right. It's completely right.
Yes, show of the week.
100% AEW.
AEW. Poor NXT. Their streak was over. I literally DM'd you after Dynamite. It's like, oh, poor NXT streak is going to be over. NXT had a very good first hour. I'll give them that. Their first hour is actually really enjoyable.
Both shows were good.
Yeah, but probably not as good as the first hour of AEW, but it's still like a good hour of TV. And the second hour of NXT was just kind of there, except for the main event that you liked. But
I have a question for you, Garrett.
Fire away.
I need you to give me a number between 1 and 336.
Oh, we never did the bit. All right, we're going to go late. We're going to go 352.
And I'm going to... The bit's changing.
Oh.
I'm going to dub this segment the problematic page.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to open up this page and we're going to see if there's a problematic pro wrestler on it.
Oh, well, there probably is.
All right. Oh, no. Garrett, you picked one with match results. I need you to redo it.
222.
222. Vamp, damn it.
This is one of Liam's famous bits. One of the things
All right.
you come to our podcast. Okay.
Oh, boy. 222, you said.
Mm-hmm.
You've picked the WWE in the movies page.
Oh, of course. So Hulk Hogan's probably there.
Hulk Hogan, Jesse Ventura, Roddy Piper, John Cena, Kane, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Are any of these people problematic?
Yes, at least 2 of them.
I think... Well, Piper did the blackface.
Yeah, so there's blackface, there's just outright
Jesse
racism,
Ventura.
there's domestic abuse. So this is a page. Sure.
The next page had the New World Order on it, which was also great.
Yeah, there you go. There's our problematic wrestlers of the week.
Yeah, we're gonna. That's the new bit, because the other bit requires me thinking of a quiz question on the spot. So we're just gonna open it and laugh at the people on there.
You can follow us on Twitter at WarGamesPod, where you can vote in the poll, which, by the way, I never actually said what the result of the poll was. It was 86-14 AEW. So, yeah, quite the dominance for All Elite Wrestling. If you'd like more AEW coverage in your podcasting feed, you can listen to Everything Elite. If you'd like more WWE television show coverage in your podcasting feed, you can listen to Shake Them Ropes. You can follow me on Twitter at Garrican. You can actually currently follow Liam on Twitter at Larrikin. Thanks for listening, and bye-bye.
I kept my thing open because I got interactions and it makes me feel validated.
The number is filling the hole in your heart.
Something has to. Bye.